As always, live is powered by the one and only. Yeah, like the Herbalife tea. You feel me? Y'all see why I said it's very refreshing? You know what I mean? Man, it's gonna go down. Look, positioning yourself to get paid what you are worth in the workplace, and you simply do that just by, or shall I say, we're going to do that simply by self-improving, by improving in areas that that need it, that need the improvement. You know, the growth, development, and all that good stuff, acquiring the right skill sets. We're gonna do this using the 4A method. All right. Right. So last week I gave an example, right, of so the 5 a.m. drill last week consisted of me talking about pay, the pay part of when it comes down to my mind went blank. Yeah, so work-life struggles, right? So I speak a lot about work-life struggles, and so last week, one of the struggles that I've always encountered in the workplace, and since I've been in the trucking industry, is pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily getting paid what I know I'm worth, what I know I'm what I deserve, but I'm giving my all to the industry, my time, energy, effort, focus, my life, my gifts, my talents, like my strength, like everything. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like from a monetary standpoint, I've gotten a small percentage out of the deal. And you can agree, wherever you work at, that, like, I mean, if you struggle with that, how unfair that is. But no one cares about what's fair and what's not when it comes down to issuing out the checks. And there's nothing against our bosses, the CEOs, the owners, and stuff. There's nothing against them. Like, if they paid everyone what they are worth, then, I mean, they probably have a struggling business. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it doesn't make sense. And like, because like, you want to cut the cost and you want to pay like according to what the industry standard is, and you know, you got to invest in equipment, tools, products, software, and all these different type of things. So, you know, like, the overhead may be high. So I mean, it's just not, that's just not how it's set up for every employee to get paid what they're worth. Period. All right. And some employees, might I add, it's a side note. Some employees out there, like, you don't get paid. You don't get paid for actually what you deserve to get paid for. The ones that go into work and, you know, do the bare minimal and always late and like all those type. And like, I mean, you really should be grateful for the company that you work for, because I mean, when it's like that, like, we're easy to be replaced. Everybody is replaceable, but when it comes down to you and the individual who actually put in that work, guess who's going to go first when layoff comes around? Probably you. So, you know, just something to think about. But no, so last week I talked about pay, right? And the way I'm using this to improve myself, like what's helping me be intentional about it is assessing, like self-assess. Like, do I have the skills? Do I have what it takes to be positioned to get paid more? Self-assess, like, what do I bring to the table? Like, when I go to work, like, how am I viewed? Am I just another driver? I.e., like, I'm getting the job done, and that's it. Like, what am I aspiring for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I striving for? Like, so we have to look at our goals too. This is a side note too. Like, we have to look at our goals. Like, what do we really want to do in life? Because if we are where we are and we're not really getting paid according to what we truly feel like we deserve, and I'm talking about the one that go to work, like, they actually deserve more. You know what I'm saying? Like, by the work they work ethic, what they bring to the table, being reliable, execute at a high level. You know what I'm saying? Like willing to help others and actually help others. Like, willing to serve. Like, it's just like the characteristics, everything. Like, who actually deserve more? Like, what are you aspiring to become? Like me, like one of my goals is in life, one of my professional goals in life is I want to be able to go into companies and help them change, like help them grow, like help them become better. Like, even if that means a total transformation for the operation to run better. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like my main focus is like culture. Because I am truly an advocate for people, and especially in the workplace. Because I see a lot of things that's not fair, and that's why I wanted to get my own, start my own trucking company way back in 2014. I came up with. You know what I'm saying? 2.5 years of being in the trucking industry and learning how unfair we get treated as drivers. From the pay, like dispatchers and brokers lying to us. Like, I just wanted to come into the industry, but be positioned to be able to create the change. But first, by being the change, and by me starting my own trucking company and getting starting businesses like within the trucking industry that will position me to be called into the room where change can be made. You know what I'm saying? Like, not only have a trucking company, but a freight broker company. You know what I'm saying? A dispatching company. And that's just the top ones. You know what I'm saying? But I understood that I had to have a successful trucking company. Like, I had to make enough noise in the industry to where it's like, man, like, how are you doing this? Okay, this is how I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then be able to offer what I am doing within my company, that where we're so successful and everything is running quite well, even in recession, even when things are really bad, like we still operating at a high level on a positive side, like not in the red, like just really profitable and impactful, to where it's like I can come into your business, your company, and see, like, check the vibe, see how things are, employees, operations, like just everything. And okay, this is where you need improvement. This is where you're lacking. This is where things is kind of inconsistent. This is where things are off. Yada yada yada. And like, this is how we can turn this around. Like that's my goal, to be able to do that, right? But we have to start somewhere, and start. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere that like we know that we're better. We know that we deserve more. we know that this isn't it. We know that there's more to our lives than this. Like knowing and believing that, but it's like, okay, now, obviously God placed me here. How can I use where I am to learn, grow, develop, like not just experience, but like, get educated and acquire like certain skills. And also this is where we are really positioned to begin to receive more from a pay standpoint, more of what we bring to the table to what we are worth. It's what we add to the company, the years of experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even if you don't have the experience, like God has given each and every one of us a gift. So it's like, what is that gift that God gave me that I can use it in the workplace to help bring about a change, that'll create so to give you an example, like for me, right? Like I said, I'm an advocate of people, and since I've been where I am now, like I just been seeing a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing a lot of things that, like that it grabbed my attention, because some of the things that some of the solutions that I feel, some of the solutions I know can help where I am are some of the solutions that I thought of in the past when dealing with some of the same issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it also caught my attention because it's like you looking at things like this is my personal experience that I'm dealing with, and it's pulling on my heart in a major way. It's bothering me because, again, like, I feel like I deserve more. I feel like that it's more to my life than this. I feel like this, I know this isn't it, but I understand this is where God has placed me, and He has placed me here for a reason. So with what He has placed inside of me, the vision that He has given me, and the insight that he has like downloaded inside of me when it relates to some of these issues that the company I work at have, like now I'm able to create like a framework, like, whatever the issues are, I'm not going to say it on here, but whatever the issues are, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like, it's all about providing a solution to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. Like, you feel like you don't need it? No problem. You know what I mean? But, because we have to understand this, people, like, we keep what we need and leave what we don't, right? So if you don't think that'll work, I bet that cool. Like, I go back, like, seeking God's counsel, I go back in the lab and just think of different ideas, and also make sure it's in a language to where they can understand and they can relate. And me being on this side of the fence, like, this is what I'm dealing with personally. So if this is something that I know can help me, and I'm not the only driver, this is something that's can help us, you know what I'm saying? Then look, check this out. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of like put this together. I was thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, and whatever I presented, right? So it's about what can we add to the company. A lot of us don't understand, like, and that's fine, because I didn't realize this until of late, which in this context, problem, solution equals opportunity. So if there's a problem and you can provide a solution, that creates an opportunity. Opportunity to get promoted, opportunity to be invited into the room, to be able to listen in on more, get more insight, add more value in terms of ideas and regulations, processes, like just different things like that. And like that's opportunity for more pay. But if we're sitting back complaining like everyone else about the same old problem that everybody been complaining about for years, we just become a part of the problem. We just become a part of the problem. So we complaining like everybody else. We come up in there with a stink attitude like everybody else. Hey, listen to me. Like I started doing that. Probably about a month ago. And I was on that joint for about 2-3 weeks. Like dread coming up in this joint like mad. Because it was things, right? And then God he like, you lost your mindset, you lost your perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like just because it's uncomfortable and you don't like it and things not going like you wish it would, like your life not your own. You don't have the right to just leave because you don't like it. He said, I placed you there for a reason. And from that conversation, from what he told me, I'm like, got it. You're right. I have changed my mindset that ultimately shifted my perspective that I once had, that affected and impacted my attitude in a major way. To a point, that conversation, like it gave me the right mindset, but on another level, perspective on another level. So my attitude been very, very controllable. It's just looking at all these problems that I may be seeing. All right, cool. I just write it down. I brainstorm on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like what I feel that God is putting in my spirit to write out, to put together relating to these issues, then at some point it's going to create an opportunity for me. But it's along the lines of like what I want to do anyway. It coincides with what I want to do anyway when it comes down to what's it like in the workplace. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so what I'm doing is it's from my heart. Like it has some, yes, it has something to do with the experience, and you know, like in a sense of me being in the cut experience since I've been working. You know what I'm saying? A relationship, like he's giving me this two things, and also being positioned to receive insight from him and being able to put together like format in content or context how we can, like what the problem is, and this could be a good solution that'll create a change within the workplace. The culture, the attitudes, the negative energy, the lack of respect, you know, being more considerate, even like certain process, like just different things. Like now, like it's a total faith move. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I believe this is going to open a door for me here to create the change that I feel God is calling me to do here, and also create an opportunity for the beginning of my journey of growing, developing, acquiring skill sets for my own personal business when that time comes. This is practice. This is also a test too, I feel, because if I don't pass the test that God need me to pass while I'm here, then I can't really expect him to grant me an opportunity, because these are things that he entrusts us with. So it's, can we handle the responsibilities? Remember the 4 A's. Assess. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I have that I can offer the company? What do I possess inside of me where I can you know help and create change within a company? Okay, what are those things? You know what I'm saying? Or what skill set must I acquire that's going to accommodate what I'm doing anyway, but it I would be more educated and also learn how to construct it and implement it more effectively, and also being able to like have dialogue with the bosses and coming up with a strategic plan how this can be implemented and will guarantee a change, transformation. So we have to self-assess. Everything that we need is already in us. So we have to look within. And again, we talk about improving, self-improvement. So we have to self-assess, look within self. We have to make some changes within self. We can't blame everybody else because we're not getting what we feel like we deserve. We have to self-assess. We have to self-improve. Be intentional about it, whatever. And then the second A, okay, what adjustments can I make? Like, what are the necessary adjustments must I make? Again, self-improvement. Like it's about self. What do I need to do to start being the example to where I'm now standing out? Now, look, I don't believe in butt kissing. I don't believe in being all extra just to like. I'm not on that. We talking strictly embracing who I am. Let that energy, that what God has placed inside of me, like ultimately, and that's another thing he told me that night. Like, no matter how dark of a situation that you're in, no matter how dark the environment and your surroundings are, like, don't let that or no one dim your light. You shine your light wherever you are, no matter how dark the situation is. So that's what I plan to do, and that's what's going to make me shine, stand out. It's me shining my light. Me shining my light, embracing and giving outwardly what God has placed inside of me. So what are those? What adjustments must I make? Right? Okay, and then accept the responsibilities. Okay, first of all, I need to make sure I'm handling my personal business. I need to make sure that I'm holding my weight. I need to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, not complaining, making sure I'm killing it. Every day I come up in this joint, I need to make sure I'm operating at a high level. You know what I mean? Like, so that's accepting my responsibilities and killing my responsibilities every day. So now when it comes down to conversations, they can look at my track record since I've been here. It's in data form, my numbers, my performance. Okay, well, that's not an issue. You know what I'm saying? Well, we know he show up to work every day. You know, we know he always have had a positive attitude, even in this our process to change. He always, went above and beyond. You know, he's always willing to help. Like, you know what I mean? He always willing to ask for help if he needed. And, just conversations. I now have a history, a track record. So now when it comes down to being considered for whether it's a promotion or a raise, like those, like, check, I got that, You know what I mean? Like I have that to back me. So now we talking about accepting the responsibilities. Now what I'm constructing and creating that I'm going to present now that's like accepting the responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like accepting the responsibilities. You feel me? That's like accepting the responsibilities for what might come. And I'm doing it, and I'm not getting paid for it. It's not my job description, it's not my job duty, it's not in my requirements, qualifications, none of that. But I'm positioning myself to where it's proven I can handle the responsibilities that can come with whatever opportunity and position that God advanced me to. So these are things that you can apply for yourself. That's what this live is about, and that's what we've been covering. This past week. That's what it's about. It's not highlighting me. It's just basically being like being the example and sharing what God is doing inside of me and preparing me for, and just being open. Like, hey, like, look, check this out. Like, if you do this, like, if you know what I mean, like this, yeah, whatever, then now we can be in position to receive more for what we bring to the table, right? Then third thing is what's the last thing? Take action. Take action. You know what I mean? Like all that. Like I'm a procrastinator, as I always say. Procrastination isn't a struggle, it's a choice. Either you're going to do it now or later. We choose if we're going to do it now or if we're going to do it later. It's not a struggle, it is a choice. And we choose not to handle business right now. We choose not to execute right now. We choose to put it off later. It is a choice, not a struggle. So stop saying that you struggle with procrastination. Years I said I struggle with procrastination until I was doing a live on here about a month and a half ago, and 2 months ago, something like that. Now it hit me like it's actually not a struggle, it's a choice. You know what I mean? Y'all neglecting me from my, you know what I mean? Man, this is off the chain. Then I had my man to put some pre-workout in that joint too. Man. But anyway, like take action. Take action. So how am I taking? Let's review the A's. A self-assess. I looked within inside myself and like what, like, because the first thing was I seen these problems. I always have, like, since I started working for JB Hunt in 2014. I started seeing these problems, and every trucking job that I had from that day forward, I had the mindset of how can I change? How can I bring about a change so I can bring in more money, because this ain't working. So it's like the radar was always there, like to look and see where can I, like what can be fixed, what can be better, like what changes can be made. And I just always wrote it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is actually the first company that, which Southeastern I was at, I started the process of, you know, like looking at certain things, writing things out or whatever, but I ended up getting injured, and I didn't think I was going to be able to work in the trucking industry again. And then I started a dispatch business, so I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to go full-time in the business. You know what I'm saying? Like, and and we had a couple box truck drivers, but we wasn't making enough to sustain our living situation. So I had to go back to work. You know what I mean? Like, and I honestly feel like that I left prematurely, um, because the labor that I'm doing now is much strenuous than what I was doing there. So obviously, that wasn't an issue. Um, but I thought it was, and whatever. So so I left there. So what I started to do, like things that I was putting together, I left before I presented. This job is the first one that I'm presenting change to, like documented. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so yeah, so like I've always, so the radar always been high for me to see these things and write it down. But it's like a couple weeks ago, that's when it came to me in perspective, in terms of context, is we have a problem. If we can provide a solution, that equals opportunity. And one of these weekends coming up, I'm gonna do a live on a Saturday about the story of Joseph, everything that he went through, and he was elevated. He was advanced, like second in command of Egypt, is because there was a problem that God gave him interpretation to Pharaoh's dream. He said, "This is the problem. Like, you have the dream you had is two and one are the same. Like the first 7 years are going to be 7 years of abundance. The next 7 years is going to be 7 years of famine. That's the problem that's to come." And then from there, he said, put someone in place. And putting somebody in place, he provided a solution. Pharaoh and them couldn't find nobody who had a relationship with God and was as wise as Joseph. So guess what? He was promoted to second in command of Egypt. All of Egypt. And like, he have a backstory. The struggles he went through, the pits, prison, like being sold into slavery by his brothers, all these different things. But in the beginning, he had a dream. God gave him a dream. But like that dream, it was like, y'all gonna bow down to me, talking about his brothers and everything. But he was 17. He became second in command of all of Egypt when he was in his 30s. So there was a journey from the dream to manifestation. It was a struggle. It wasn't pleasant, but God was preparing him. So it's the same thing where we go through what we go through in life, even in our workplace. So I look within, like, like, the problems are there. Okay, like, how can I, whatever, right? And then, like, I started to make adjustments. I started shifting. I changed my mindset again, and my perspective, and my attitude too. Now I came back over here from complaining back to, okay, bet this. So look, check this out. I've been working on this, because since I've been here, I've been writing things down for, like, some of the problems that I've been encountering or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I have, and that just comes from looking within, utilizing what God has placed inside of me. Interpretation, Joseph being a shepherd, his skill sets from that. So with that, and God's word and his wisdom, like, this is the solution. So that's kind of like, that's what I'm in the process of doing now. Again, I mean, yeah, the goal is to create change and bring about impact, but like, I need more pay. You know what I mean? Like, I want, but I have to be trustworthy enough. I have to have what it takes. I have to be able, all these different things, right? And that's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm accepting the responsibilities already, and then now it's taking action. I'm meet with my man in a couple of days because I already had everything what I had, but I seen some things and I went back in the lab and God like gave me more, and now I gotta put all this stuff, format everything together, and then it's like when I have a sit down with my man in a couple of days, then I'll be able to present what I feel God has given me to present to them. Hey, cool. Take what you need, leave what you don't. Take what you need, leave what you don't. But either way it go, like this is what we have. And even if they don't choose to, use any of it, then like they know that I'm about change. I'm about impact. I'm willing to help. I'm willing to do whatever it is to help bring about a change and all these different things. And whether you take what I present or not, you will remember my name. And I don't mean that in an arrogant sense. It's just for like qualities and character and things like that, and where I could potentially help bring about something better in this workplace. And that's what it is. So same thing for you. Same thing for you. You know what I'm saying? We have to position ourselves to receive. We can't complain about, oh, I want more money, I need more money. Yeah, we do. And yeah, we do. But what are we doing different from everyone else? If that's the case, they give me a raise, they're going to have to give everybody else a raise. We're doing the same old thing. No. As God's people, we're supposed to stand out. You know what I mean? Like, we're supposed to be the light. We're supposed to shine our light. We're supposed to look different and provide more. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm doing. And I'm about to go in here and get this, so I can hit the road. But I just wanted to share that with y'all real quick. And remember, remember the 4A method to self-improvement. Assess, adjust, self-assess, make the necessary adjustments, accept the responsibilities, and take action. It's time to take action. Let's go.